Hi, my name is Stefano. Behind the camera is Nick Sheehy. We are obviously in the woods here. We're going to spend 3 days and 3 nights living in the woods. And we have basically no food. We actually have 1 bag of beef jerky, but that's about it for our food. And we came across these blackberries, and when you're living in the woods like this, a good thing to do is get whatever you can, even if you're on just a walking trip. Just get everything. Get any food, anything that you can pick, anything that you can hunt, anything that you can get.
Alright, we're still hiking through the woods, and it looks like we're coming up to a place we could stop and rest and set up camp. Looks like there's a little stream up here, and I think we'll be able to rough it out for the next 3 days.
Alright, well, it just stopped raining a little while ago. While it was raining, me and Nichi, we started building this little fort area. You see, we started building up the walls here, and we added a roof right here. We found these. We just found these and we threw them on. Maybe it'll keep the rain off some, because it seems like it might rain a little bit more, like tonight. Inside we got some pine needles. We found pine needles down a path, and we're going to use that for insulation.
Alright, we just finished making the fire using the bow method with the stick and the rope, and it's going pretty well. And I just took some charcoal out of it, and I'm putting layers of sand and charcoal in this hat that I brought, so we can pour water through it and filter out all of any debris that's in the water or microorganisms that may make us sick. So hopefully this will work. Alright, we made some makeshift fires to pull rocks out of the fire because we're trying to boil water in this hat right here. But we did this by splitting a root down the middle right here, and then we wedged some rope in here so it would stay open enough, just barely open enough to put some rocks in there. So let's see how it does. There we go. Nice. The pliers worked. We're going to try to boil this water. That's good. If we keep this going with more hot rocks, we might get this water boiling. So we're going to have to see. Okay, Stefano just burned his finger in the water that we made. So we almost got it to boiling, but we couldn't find the 4th rock that we put in the fire. So, but it got real hot. So I bet if you did have 4 rocks, you'd be able to boil water in a hat like this one. So I'll call it an almost success. It's steaming pretty good right there.
With the sun going down earlier than we wanted, it was time to end day 1 and get some sleep.
Alright, well, it's the end of day 1. We're kind of exhausted. We built this fort. We actually ate a frog that we forgot to film. Sorry about that. We tried purifying water, and I think just about now is a good time to hit the sack.
Yep.
So see you tomorrow. Peace.
Good morning. It's day 2, and last night was terrible. It was a lot colder than I thought it was going to be, and our beds weren't that great. So, I fell asleep at like 4 o'clock. So, we're going to start another fire because ours went out, and we're going to see if we can get some breakfast.
There was these little chipmunks last night throwing shit at us. Kept hitting our freaking little hut over here. Oh, it's terrible.
After almost no food the day before and a cold, sleepless night, we needed to get some quick energy, so we went back into the woods and picked as many berries as we could find. A great breakfast to start day 2.
Once we got some food in our stomachs, we had to think of other resources of food that would last us longer than just a couple of handfuls of berries.
Alright, we're out here in the woods, this is day 2. Well, what we just did, we set up about 4 or 5 traps around this area. We gotta walk down this river to get back to our camp. But right here is one of the traps that we made. It's based on a tripod kind of thing. Our bait is right up here. They touch on that. It's just the slightest bit. It's probably gonna fall, hopefully. And like I said, we have 4 or 5 around here, and we're gonna hope we get some by tonight.
Since catching animals in traps takes a long time, I went to the nearby stream to catch some frogs to cook up while waiting to get some more substantial food.
Alright, we just caught a fairly large frog. We're going to start the fire back up again so we can cook it, because we haven't had anything since that bunch of berries we had for breakfast this morning. Alright, since we don't have the fire going yet, since it went out when we were out setting up the traps and stuff, I'm going to leave the frog in this running water, because if we let it out in the air and leave it, flies and maggots can get to it pretty quick. So as long as it's in running water, nothing more than leeches might get to it, because there are leeches in this water. But it'll be good for a while like that in cool running water. Alright, we're getting the fire started again using the good old bow method.